were progressive left type people. And so they came up with a list of recommendations for corporations that were consistent with a very progressive left ideology. And if you are a progressive left person, I'm sure you think they're great. So that has to do with that includes things like going net zero on carbon emissions for the climate, regardless of how much it costs, racial and ethnic hiring quotas, DEI, and a lot of other pretty controversial stuff, right? So if you're in favor of it, then it's probably a great list of things to you want companies to do. But not everyone is, and therefore saying that every company in the world, every major company, every major asset manager, every major bank and investment firm needs to follow this ESG list of do's and don'ts. Well, you're kind of crowding out half of the population of the United States, right? If you have an ESG list of do's and don'ts, that's all kind of progressive left side. So that sort of kind of crept in, and a lot of people weren't paying attention to it. And then over the past, sort of 5 years, say, a lot of people on the sort of the center, the right, conservatives, said, "Wait a minute! It seems like corporate America is kind of being taken over by all these left-wing policy priorities. We're not really a fan of that. We shouldn't be going whole hog down this progressive left rabbit hole when it comes to big companies adopting public policies and endorsing policies that often had nothing to do with their bottom line or their company. I don't know if every sneaker and athleisure wear company needs to have a public policy on trans identity or climate change or affirmative action, right? These weren't things that were central to the company's mission or products, and they were politically divisive and alienated a big chunk of their potential customer base. So we're now coming back around where there's a big kind of ESG skeptic movement, and a lot of companies, a lot of very high profile companies have been dropping their sort of ESG commitments, saying, we're not going to sign on to this kind of left-wing statement of principles for corporate America anymore. We're just kind of try and go back to neutral. Again, everything from big banks and big asset managers, from JP Morgan Chase and BlackRock have backed away from some of their climate stuff. And then I know a lot of people probably heard of Robbie Starbuck, the activist who's out there engaging with / harassing and criticizing and trying to cajole some companies to pull back, again, from mostly a lot from DEI stuff. It's like Harley Davidson or Tractor Supply Company, other companies like that.